Hello everyone and welcome to another edition of Minecraft Abandoned World. Yeah, last stream it was short because I had something in store for you and boy did it just fall flat on its face. And then the rest of it was just the old boring terraforming and doing some work on the Commune, which we may do some of that, but that was pretty much all it was going to be, and who would want to watch that? Plus, I was really tired. Tough work week. This week I got work off, so anyway, here we are, mobile failure. And I'll show you what we've been up to as she loads in. All right. And now we don't have to swim across to get to the Commune, which also brings us much easier access to the gardens. There's two more things I can grow here, if I find them. The pen, that's a normal thing. Terraforming, it's getting to the point now that it's almost done, but that back end still a chore. Also, the moat, the physical structure, is done. So now this place, once the moat's filled in, will be completely monster-proof. The inner circle is all lit up. And you're looking at this wondering, how could it be monster-proof? Well, it's going to be a flowing moat. So the source blocks will be up against this one, and it will flow to that wall. Monsters cannot fight the flow, so once they come in, that's it. Also, every door now has a bridge, and it's all gated shut, so they can't come in this way. They have no choice but to try to cross the moat that they won't be able to. And I put a little wing on each side of these fences because they could straddle along this edge, but this forces them into the moat. And you can probably see, depending on the quality of the stream, that started to put windows in, and we're going to go with black glass because it just looks way too bright from the outside. Kind of makes the thing look empty, even though it's been completely gutted for the most part. Also back here, there was something I did and, well, didn't quite turn out. Hey, a creeper. I've also had a lot of unfortunate things go quite wrong. I've died quite a bit in just the last couple of days. So right now, I'm not wearing anything except a beat up set of chainmail on the legs. That's all I have. Now, there was something I wasn't aware of and I thought was doable but wasn't, is down here I found a zombie spawner, so I thought if I used a silk touch pickaxe I could pick it up, take it to this building, put it on the top floor, then it would drop down. Nope. So this may seem like a wasted building, but it still has a purpose. First, let's just show you that if we go to the third floor, it would be 10 blocks above ground and dig another 13 below, so they fall to their death. And this is where they would have spawned if that were a thing. And if I had to work on it, plop in a few torches that I can, open the door. But, like I said, this is not a total waste, because we have a small workshop inside. That's where they would have spawned in. And I'm storing some of the loot that we have. Got some more lapis. I don't know if it's supposed to work this way, but as I was building this, a zombie broke down the iron door. I think that might be a bug. Anyway, while we're out here, we have a less than ideal location where it is, and I've marked it off with cobblestone. So as we go through the caves, every turn where there's a cobblestone block tells you which way to go. There's another cobblestone block here telling you to go this way. Then there's a sort of a pointer to tell you to go this way. And then another piece down there. And here it is. It's not ideal. This is where there was an iron door and a zombie somehow was able to break it down. So there's the spawner. It's not very high. In fact, we're only, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 18 block drop before we hit this. I'm not good at making those water elevators. I've tried making them. I can't get them to work because I suck. I also had a back entry where you could grab the drops that they have, but the baby zombies would find their way out, and as I'm AFKing up there, would wind up dead. So it takes a couple hits instead of 3. I've done that quite a bit. Kind of prepared for using quite a few swords. In fact, while I'm thinking of it, it's also why we got a crafting bench right here. And will this be too many? We're not going to spend all day doing it. We'll just do that many. So that's something we've also done. Wishing I could bring that up. Someday, if they add that ability to the game where you can take a Silk Touch pick and bring a monster spawner anywhere you want, so you can put the traps wherever you want, then that'll be great. I'm set for that. Also, as I said earlier, before I hit the record button for anyone who might have been watching, is I have a couple of surprises in store. Last time, those fell flat right on their face because it wound up not panning out to be anything. But I think this time, at least one of them will. What I'm going to do right now is just... we need to go into the Commune. And I believe I had buckets in there that I forgot to bring. Yay, let's go back. Let's backtrack because, that's just the high quality that I bring to you. As I said last time, I think the air conditioner barely makes any sound in the audio because the microphone has some condensing ability, so since it's off to the side, it's probably not as audible. Because last time I checked it, that was the case. Oh, I didn't have the buckets here. Reason being was to make that monster trap. Well, if we don't have any more, then so be it. It's becoming dark, so what we're gonna do is, how exciting this may be, is work on the moat. It's ready. It's time to fill it in. All right. See, right now, or even for us, we can just simply go through the moat. We have the power to go through a stream. Can I put them in here? No. They're in one of these things. Nope, not there. Well, there we go. 2 water buckets. Also, I'm hopefully planning to... We can start doing some work in here, because I think you might have seen when I was looking for stuff, is... for some reason, only one set of... Well, I got another pair of oak leaves that I can use. Let's head back out this way, because that's where there was plenty of water that we can use. This is going to become an impenetrable fortress when we're done with it. Alright, so I see a monster down there. I know it's not going to fully work because I'm going to only have a small amount of this built. But the whole idea now is to get it started. So once we get our first 2 buckets down, the rest is history, as they say. And we can go. Right now, he's probably noticing there is a way to do this without having to... Oh, and we have missed something. Alright, something went wrong. There we go. Gotta keep an eye on things. If you see any green hissy boomy things, definitely want them, because we've been using their gunpowder to blast away a hillside. Every now and then, we've got to look up. And we seem to have a dry spot. As you can see, they can't get here. Should be looking up. Alright, so now the only way that in this quadrant could a monster ever get to us is to use the bridge, but the bridge is closed off. And as you can see, he can't get anywhere near us. I also see a green hissy boomy guy. I saw him way out there. Ooh, there's two of them. We can use their gunpowder to make life easier. So what I do with these guys is I lure them into the moat. Because if they do go hiss and boom, there's only a couple of blocks we'll lose. Nothing. Go figures. I don't like where you are. Oh, that's bad. Alright, he's out of range a little bit. Okay. Alright, I'll take the risk this time. And we get 2 gunpowder. Alright, rinse and repeat as the statement goes. Yeah, we have a corner that we need to deal with. And... okay, we need to move. See, it's only one. We can fight the current. We're strong enough, but the monsters aren't. So right now, I don't want to use up my energy, and my phone is being annoying. What does it want now? Nope. Well, it's not telling me about data limits, so that's a good thing. Now see, because I placed these next to each other, this row is a quote-unquote infinite water source. So I can grab from them all I want. It will have, let's see, you can place them every other block, like that. And you can't grab from a, see, this is not a water source. So you can't grab from it. But you can grab from a source block. So then we gotta keep an eye out. Side's fixed. This is going to be perfect for the raids, as they'll be able to get up to the moat and they'll be stuck. Easy pickings, even from here. And it's almost daytime, so we can move on to a different thing. We got a few zombies to pay attention to over there. Make sure there's nothing that migrated over here, which looks safe. So anywhere the water's flowing straight, we did our job. Any that is crooked like this, where we've gone past, means we've missed something somewhere. If it's along the edges, then it doesn't matter. Yeah, we got some weak corners over here. I might just put a bucket over there just so that we give them some false hope that they can get closer. All right. It's working. It's not perfect, but it's working. So I'm going to do is I'm going to put the buckets in here. Got windows in this as well. Started to build the exterior walls for the third level, the lofts. The second level's pretty much done. Alright, so I'm going to put the buckets here in the project bin. Well, it's becoming a project bin. Actually, what we'll do is we'll do this. Completely separate to make black glass. Anyway, let's go this way, because this is where I found something when I was trying to kill a bunch of green hissy boomy things. As you can see, we obviously haven't gone to this part yet. Okay, slow down. Still terraforming. We still got a ways to go here, but it's getting a little easier because as we're going up from side to side, this is actually narrowing. So it's getting smaller as we go up. What I'm going to ultimately do is when we get to whenever this actually reaches a point that, reaches a point that I don't have to terraform anymore, I'm going to count how many blocks back it goes and get rid of the trees that are along there. However, I'm not going to stop any progress on the commune in lieu of this. I am, however, for terraforming and making the area visible because that's kind of important. Anyway, the hissy boomy stuff gives me the ability to make TNT and then blasting away the solid areas with it. And this was from a previous blast. And over here is where I want to show you something, because this is where it happens. This is where I found something. This is also where there's a skeleton. Right there. I'm also still very unprotected. Absolutely no armor, but we have a reason for that. So over this way, while I was going around, as I said, killing creepers for their gunpowder, or as I like to call them, the green hissy boomy things. I've had a couple of them explode on me. Anyway, that didn't work. Come hither. I have a sword. I wonder if that was one of mine when I died, because that's a perfectly good sword. Anyway, we came out this way. I'll put this one in reserves. I have a TNT. Anyway, there it is. In fact, let's just make it easier to find by getting rid of a few unnecessary things. There. Yeah, this one too. And my screen flashed. That's got to be a. It's got to be a bedrock thing because that happens on my phone as well. Food. Is it a dead village? Found quite a few of those. Explore every building because there might be a chest with some goodies in it. Or a chest where I can just throw some stuff that we don't care about. There's a bell. We might steal that. Well, this one might fall flat on our face because... yeah, this was another thing I wanted to get. I think we'll grab that. Because then we can plant it on the way to the next thing that probably will fall flat on our faces over. Big village and nobody here. Seems to be a thing. I'm spawning empty villages. I'm not finding any useful buildings here. Says the sheep. It's interesting. Oh, I hear. Oh, there's a villager. Something happened there. If you're the only villager, it's sorry, guy, but it's not worth saving. I might come back and bring you to the Commune, but that's kind of an adventure in itself, ain't it? Oh, we got another villager way out there for some unknown reason. And we got another desert. I was going to steal your bow. And these buildings have absolutely nothing in them. No chests of anything. Anywho, as I was saying, there was a cropping one of these that I just want to take. But of course, as a good neighbor, we'll replant them. I only got 12 seeds in return. Now, can these be changed? Well, to red dye, but I don't know. It's something. Well, we got more of them over here, which I didn't see. So now we got 22. Alright. So we have a village. It's not very useful, but it's there. It's a thing. Might bring them over at some point. I'm not sure. Not sure if it'll be a worthwhile endeavor. Might just be easier to simply find some zombie villagers and cure them up. I definitely have a use for this stuff. I got a silk touch pickaxe, which is perfect. I got a use for this stuff and use it in the nether because I know you can put this stuff in the nether. And we got some green hissy boomy things that we like and spiders that interfere with the hissy boomy things. Ooh, we got our 5. Get this guy out. And I jump going backwards so I can try and get enough distance. Alright, we got enough for another TNT, which we can use to blow up that hill. Don't care about you. We have a nice clear path. That should be a lot more visible than this, but it isn't. I think I was going to build a pillar, but then I was getting attacked. Anyway, here we are back at the commune, and I figure since it's dark, I might as well work on the moat a little more. Hey, another green hissy boomy guy. Nothing. I'm going to put it in the main garden that we have because ultimately I can just bring it over when it's time to build the garden. Anyway. The painfully slow part, eating food. Only fills half a drumstick when you do that. Alright. Put that there. Put that there. Did I have some sand here? I thought I did. That's not the one I want. One of these has sand. I think that might have been the only one I did. Yeah, that's the... Oh, the only sand is in the main building. Alright, let's work on the moat. When it's time to get the villages in, then we'll start putting the metal doors on the little office spaces and the entry exits. Make sure we're clear and we're good. Make sure we're still good. Yeah, now you can see how this is impenetrable at this point. Of course, once we get this thing filled up. Pretty much at the edge at this point. Alright, we got a nice even flow all the way through. Now this was something I saw Zan Polo do on my server in his part of the world. He grew a bunch of mushrooms and underlit them. And I thought that looked really cool, and I've been duplicating that ever since. There were some mushrooms I took down, especially over there. I'm going to plan on replanting them. Yeah, that zombie can't do anything. He's stuck. This is why we got the 2 buckets, because each section is completely separate. And now we have an infinite source in one tiny area. You know, that zombie might get to us. Zombies over there might get to us. Now we've rounded the corner. We gotta be sure we're safe. Here comes a zombie. As I said, we're strong enough to fight the current, but they can't. What a dirty little trick. I was thinking, because I watched a guy named Pixel Riffs do a village raid on a village he built. He had a big wall going around it, which kind of that's what it is. Now, I'll tell you, I had this idea of the Commune and possibly a moat before watching his video. And he had a moat going around his, but it was completely filled. They could get across, but they would be slowed down. And I thought, I'll just have a flow, since they can't. They just can't get to the building at all. And there was already something there. Put one in the corner. Yep, and up on here. Then one right there. Alright, that straightens out. Making sure we're good. Should be paying attention. So, if anyone was watching the stream before I hit the record button for the YouTube audience, I was telling them that I made a big mistake with my mobile phone. Now, when I was doing the impromptu candlepin bowling from New Palace Lanes, I turn off the Wi-Fi because the way Android phones work, at least, if Wi-Fi is available, it'll skip the 4G and use it. Now, the thing is, the Wi-Fi there is horrible, not because the owner isn't willing to get any true high-speed internet, because it's DSL. It's that in spite of being a fairly urban area, it's a smaller city, but a fairly urban area, there's no high-speed internet. So I shut off the Wi-Fi capability and use 4G. The last time I did a Twitch live stream here, I forgot to turn the Wi-Fi back on, and I just blew the data limit big time. Fortunately, I had a rollover, which minimized a lot of damage. So for 26 days, I'm on a 1 gig expansion pack, which costs $15 per. So my bill's taking a $15 hit, which, considering, isn't really too bad, but things could be a lot better. If I wasn't stupid and didn't forget to turn the Wi-Fi back on, I made sure the Wi-Fi was back on before I did this. Anyway, a couple of things. I know we only have 12 seeds. 22 now, actually. Let's start this one up. There's 22. And this path, this grass path that's in the middle, that's called math error. Because I thought I had 8 blocks from there to there, and I didn't. Well, it kind of separates the main crops typical of the game to the oddball ones, which aren't. And a floating block that's been completely missed while terraforming. Look how much more wide open everything is now. Anyway, before we go to the second thing, and it's a fairly big thing, it's just 5 of those. I've already made 1 TNT stick, so 3, 4. So another thing is, my company had a 4th of July shutdown, because here in the United States, the 4th of July is kind of a big thing. Kind of celebrating the independence from when we declared our independence from England. They were not happy. We fought for many, many more months. And like I said, because we have a strong ability to fight current, we can do that. Yeah, I think I might just fill the corners in just to give them the false hope that if you come in through the corner, you're going to be able to get through. Only be pushed back when you go to the other side. So what I'm going to do is blast a couple more holes into this. Because, I mean, this side literally has gone almost all the way from there to there, and now it's almost just... In fact, it is just this little bit. So I haven't touched this section yet, outside of putting some holes in here. So this would be 1, 2, 3, 4. And since there's still quite a bit more height to that, we'll hiss and boom that piece. Then we'll come over here and do it over here. That'll be more explosive. And we're getting rid of a lot of the work. So we only have this corner to fill in. You know what? Since we only have this corner, why not just finish it? I know the excitement is just amazing, but let's say we actually finish a project on camera. So you have one more bend to go. So let's just take care of it. Here and here. I could grab them from the same spot, being like I said that this row is an infinite source. But sometimes if you hit things at the wrong, sometimes if you manage to get in between a game tick, you can break an infinite water source. I did that on Watch Me Suck at Minecraft. Granted, that's the Java edition. Had an infinite water source and I happened to grab 2 bucketfuls fast enough that it completely broke the whole infinite water source concept. Yeah, this will go a lot faster because we don't have to really look out for anything. It's all flowing the way it should. We're almost done this whole moat. Here comes the edge. Alright, there we go. Now let's see if the corners will... Well, this isn't going to be the best corner to do it on, but let's see what happens. The corner of false hopes. That should just reach the edges, and it does. Now when you get to the edge, well, there's a low spot here where you just stay, but that's fine. It's still, you're still gonna get pushed. I'm okay with that. I am very okay with that. I'll skip that corner for now, because that's heading towards where we want to go. And right now, this fortress is impenetrable. Except from one creature, which doesn't really have any interest to do with villagers. That would be as I call them, the Phantom Menaces, or the Phantom Lords, whichever one I feel like calling them. Those pop up every 500 times, every 500 microseconds. They're supposed to be rare, but rare they are not. Alright, we got them. Yeah, it's definitely going to be faster going across the bridge. There, that corner will give them false hope that they can get around. I believe this might be a dreaded third night. That's when those horrible things do come about. Alright, you go in there. I got a lot of things I don't want to lose. Oh, a green hissy boomy thing. In the wrong place. A witch. Even worse. Here, you can... Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Not good. Okay. Not far enough from the door. Let's see if I can do this and close the shade. Close the shade on my bedroom window while I'm eating. Now that is skill. Now that is what you call skill. Being able to eat and at the same time in the real world close a window shade. So you can see they can't go anywhere. If we're in here, they're stuck on that end. Except in the corners where they might... Oh, everybody's in a rotten spot. They sure want to try, though. It's not the time. Typically, I'm okay with this, but not this time. And sleep it. Woo and who. Alright, so this is what we're going to need to do. We're going to temporarily move this up. We'll take the sticks. We could probably use it for torch. You know, torchlight. I'm going to take everything of value, except for that Fortune 3. A lot of these things may seem pointless. Not good enough. Alright, now it's time for our adventure. You know, I pointed out way back here that there was a ravine and there was a mine shaft. I have clearly marked, but we're going to go past that point just to show you what we've seen before. I'm glad I moved that key because now, with almost 100% confidence, I think that the internet's not going to screw up and disappear. I've shown it to you before. I know I had to. Is showing you that there was a ravine, and well, now you can kind of see what I did. And there was a mine system. Off camera, I built a way to get there, and I did not explore any of it. I left it all as it is. In fact, one time I was fighting someone up there, and one of my deaths was I got pushed over the edge and I fell on this bridge. So I had to come down here, I had to get some stuff down there. And I thought I had a bridge over here. I mean, it's positive there was a dirt pile over here. Apparently that somehow vanished. Anyway, let's get to exploring this. Okay, I want to do two things prior. One, another crafting table, because we can. Two, a safety chest. So, we find anything, just pop it in. And thirdly, there won't be a lot. Yeah, gonna need more treeage. Might just go up and get some more treeage. Of course, I had to pick the one spot where there aren't any trees. Oh, yeah, there's some trees fairly close. Not the closest, but close. Alright, that should probably do us. I know we can go down here and chop things up, but I'd rather have everything ready. It's our safety chest. Now that's better. I'll use the remaining two for torch lighting and save that for future torch lighting. Put that there, put that there because we need it. I'm not going to waste my pickaxe on removing these tracks because it comes up fairly quick. this way. No. Oh. And suddenly it doesn't want to work. There we go. Oh, no, come on. Are we working? Yeah. Seems I can never find the perfect key. So instead of using the arrow, I'm just going to go exit ahead. Yeah. Very well done. Alright, let's see what we got here. That way is well lit and probably has some things that are bad in it. And phone's being annoying again. Manage the dashboard, yep. Whatever. Anyway. Alright, so this is a dead end. Just, it's a little close, but whatever. Yeah, at this point I don't think I need to put anything down because we can see the chest and the workbench. So we should already know that we're in a safe spot. Spider. Dead spider. Alright, that makes a loop. Good there. And my buddy Chris, who I do bowling with, if he's willing and able to, has left a message. just comes right out here. Yeah, we can move. I think this is going to be clearly an exit. But we'll do this anyway. Oh, now I'm dancing around the safe key that I'm using. I just can't win. Anyway. We could continue some of these bridges. But that doesn't really go anywhere. Just want to light this part up because we'd like to get some of the iron. Might as well just use this convenient exit. Alright, this isn't as important. I don't have logs, so it won't be a blast furnace. Yeah, we can place. Put that there. Alright, that way we have a record from that direction where the exit is. And one more. Now make sure nothing spawns up there. And there's no questioning which way the exit is from that point. We saw this way first, so that's what we'll do. This way looks like it just is a dead end that goes nowhere. Take some of this low stuff out of here. More coal. And that's not what we wanted to do. A corridor of nothingness. must be a torch on top of here. Yeah, we'll take that down because we don't need it. Oh, that wasn't supposed to happen. Actually, that's what this is for. Interesting how grass can grow in total darkness. Alright, so is anything here? Was this worth anything? And it's still not a bad thing that we came in and light everything up. Yeah, let those be. So I've not seen anything of use. In fact, we can just cordon off this section. So that means we can take this exit sign back, because there's no real need for it. We still have coal over here, so leave that open. That exit sign is definitely useful. Let's see how much. It's 7 pieces there. So when you come this way, you can look around, so we don't need an exit sign there. There's one right there pointing out where it is. And more iron. So let's see what we got here. Head to the exit. Either way works. $15, close enough. So what I can do now is couple of crude axes, as we don't really need anything. And some crude stuff there. And there. Use that to make things go make pyrotechnics kind of happen. Alright, we can build a bridge to that. Now let's just see what this goes to, if anything. Tell you, when I want to restart a live stream, it just does not like it. Alright, so that seems to be nothing. So there we go with that. Haven't been busting on any of the low ceilings. And took out something that shouldn't have been taken out, apparently. Got iron over there. I'll just take this block out just to make it a little brighter. That was a mistake, but we'll accept it. I think that's lit low enough. Alright, we got lava flow there, and there's nothing really here except for the iron. Yeah, you can flow right in. Of course you do that. Yeah, so that's useless. Like, there's nothing really owing to this. I tear down this bridge, but I don't want to risk falling down it. In fact, while we are here, there's a ton of this stuff, and we got this nice Fortune 3. That does is it multiplies the amount of the ore that we can possibly get. Like, I'll just pick this one, and well, only one fell. See, that time we got two. Yeah, we can fire up our furnace with this and have enough coal to do torchlight. Actually, what we'll do is, yep. I left this unblocked because there might be something underneath it that we can go to. Alright, now. Ooh, an extra 3. Wow. Alright, let's see if we can find some more coal. Kind of like right here. What are we doing now? 26. Let's see. Right about there should do fine. And well, we got a bunch more up there. 53. Yeah, that's as far as I'll take it right now. I don't want to make another stack. We got more right there. Oh. That right there. This eye can go away. Alright, so this is actually turning into something. And of course, like anything that I try to make entertaining, it winds up falling flat. Because that went nowhere. That's just pointless. Let's go down this other one. We have multiple avenues here. This one looks dark and creepy. Let's go down this one. Okay, we can now... Now the Fortune 3 won't work on ores. That's like smeltable ores, shall I say. But stuff that you get right away, like lapis or... This looks like it's going to be nothing. And it is. Brick that one in. So there should be something over there. Now we take these down because we can get stuck in those. Not a good thing. And this is obviously an exit, so there's no need to mark it. just to play it safe. Rid of that. Here. So no need to put one there. It's kind of redundant. Doesn't hurt to have it though. Alright, there's coal down here, so I'll just put a torch there and not plug in the hole. I'm gonna leave the hole as it is. This might be a pointless end as well. Let's get some coal. And there's another level. Oh, that didn't work exactly the right way. Go around that. So we got coal here, which then leads to that entrance up there. Yeah, that's where this ultimately lines up. Might not be necessary, but rather be safe. Alright, so now we know there is a way down. Oh, we got a nice even number. So we might just, for now, exit. Go to the oven and put some stuff away. Nice even number. And no. So who knows? close that off. But should leave that alone. This just turns into a maze, doesn't it? Okay, we don't want to do that. Let's just see where this one goes first. That way. Before we can just put that in. That back up because I think that was someplace we could go. Ready. Let's see. Let's pull out our Fortune 3. All right, yep. Back to this guy. So that being said, we can block this section off now. we have coal over here, so we won't block this piece off yet. Ooh, chest. We'll do, since we don't really need that, is just temporarily block that one off. This looks like it could be something, so put that together like so. Yep, good break. Iron. It's like coal, but it has a more iron-like substance to it. There we go. More here. Finding one thing. Sure, one of these days I'm going to brain fart and forget all about how that works. In fact, let's redo this side. As well as this one. There we go. It's not well marked here. Get rid of this. Alright, so this would be obviously not the exit. Another perfectly round number. No, that's not what I want to do. Name tag we definitely want to keep. The other chest we don't know. I'm not sure about that either. Minecart for sure. Name tag for sure. Do this. Oh, you know what I forgot to do? And might be running back home to do it. Is I totally forgot to put on some very helpful armor. You know what? I might just let it be. Not the best armor on the planet, because I had a whole enchanted set of armor, but it's nowhere near here. So, okay, no. It's better than what I had. Well, either way goes the same place, so just go with this. Uh-oh, hissy boomy guy. I don't like those in close quarters like this. There. I don't know. Pay attention to what's above you. I'm not going to put these everywhere because, like I said, you come here and you look around, you can see that there's a sign. Put that one there because there wasn't one facing this way. You could go like this and overlook it. Our blocks are getting a little low. Alright, I don't see anything in this tunnel. So I guess it'll be safe to block this one off, because it's pointless. Let's just see if this one heads anywhere. Pretty non-productive cave. Just iron and coal. And we could be using our magical power of 3 here. Plus it's a little faster. Not sure if that's another mining system down there. Good enough. Gotta be a little more careful knocking things down here. Alright, this continues. So we don't need an exit sign. This just goes to a cave system. Just gonna light up some of it. It goes to somewhere we've been before. We didn't have to build those special entrances. They just came in that way. Alright, we care more about the mine, so stick with that. I'll keep this open because it goes to a mine. I mean, cave. I have to take one of these. right here. There's nothing here, really. This looks like a dead end. There's nothing here. Let's see what's in this one. And not the best, but we've seen worse. Alright, I believe we're at a point. Yep, we're definitely at a point that we need to exit. Dump some stuff. Actually, that's where the thing would be. Anything else here? This looks like a dead end. Looks like nothing's really here. It's like that's useless. Oh. Yeah, get out of there. Spider spawners, those are bad. So this is nothing. So we will get rid of this. Not get rid of it, I'm just gonna cordon it off because it makes it a lot easier to come back and explore a little later. But right now we need to dump stuff. And there's a horse here all of a sudden. So we got more of this. Golden apple again. Pumpkin seeds. Well, these might actually come in handy with villager trading, so we'll put them over there. Can you stack them? No, you can't. Another chest, obviously. Different kind of rail. And the hissy boomy stuff over there. Alright, I believe we've done that. What we need to also do is all of this. Alright, what we can also do is grab some of this, make some decent tools out of it. 1, 2. Not too worried about the other kind of tools quite yet. There's a horse down here. You know, let's go look down this one. This looks like a rebuild. So control and this. There we go. So it's definitely cavey down there. Just looks. I just want to see if there's something simple here. So we don't need to put an exit sign because we have an exit right there. So right about here where either side could see it. rid of these oddball pieces. This goes off, and this goes off. If we go this way, the stairs should be obvious that it's an exit. But it might not be obvious enough. Kind of blends right in. Looks like we got this one taken care of. There's nothing here. And there's nothing really here. Get it from here. It's a bit of a reach. There we go. We can repair this. don't see a sign that way. Now we go to the good ones. Now, see if we turn, we can see that there's a sign there, so there's no need for an exit sign in this spot. See anything of value in this corridor, so get rid of this one. What about this one? Looks like this is a pointless one as well. So we can block this whole thing off. So let's see what's down this one. That one. Alright, let's take a look at this shaft. Looks like this one may have not much of anything in it. We can block that one off. Let me just look down here. Alright, we got another mine shaft down here. Let's go place that like so. I can see a sign. That's good. That's blocked. That's not what we wanted. Uh-oh. So we can see a sign if we look around, so we don't need to put one in. Now if there's a useful multi-branch here, then obviously we can't see that sign, so then we can put one in. Yeah, I can't really talk and do this stuff at the same time. Well, since I decided to go down that way, let's just go see what there is. There haven't been many monsters in here. Don't I have another kind of stone? Not really, but we can use gravel as a fill-in. We go. Looks like this is a hotbed for coal. So we'll grab our Fortune 3 and we'll go for it. This looks like it's not going to be a deep one because it's all scattered through this particular area. Alright, so let's see, I'll put that there. Section belongs there. No. Put that there. Because we can. Alright, so this tunnel has been excavated. That being said, we can close this one off. This one looks like it's pretty much useless. So let's hit here. And I get some coal again. Yeah, it looks like our pickaxe is about to go bust. This looks like a tunnel that is rendered useless. Oops, that ain't supposed to happen. I actually have another one of those, so I mean, if this one goes bust, it goes bust. This one looks like it goes. Oh, well, we got something over here. Got a little bit of iron. And a little bit is what we had. Alright, so that's useless. This is useless. That's useless. This is not useless. So we're good to that point. Alright, so we got this tunnel. Surprised I didn't take the gravel with it. We're getting a ton of materials that are useful, but we still have a very visible exit sign. Now, if these are one ways, then need. Alright, let's that we blocked off because we were trying to do something. Alright, this gets a bit confusing, so Alright, since we do have multiples over here, we'll just make an exit sign here. Because we can. You know, we might get to a point that we just can't carry all this stuff and we're going to just have to go up. No. It's better. It's kind of a headbanger height. There we go. That's better. Alright, let's see here. No other way to go but this way. And there's nothing here. Well, iron. Yep, can go. So there appears to be nothing here. Just make sure we can see what we can see. Because then if this is... Seems a bit redundant, but we'll keep the light levels high enough. There we go. That tunnel means nothing. Okay, we got coal there. All right. That goes up right there. So I think we might be at an end, at least in terms of looking at the mine, because we're starting to run out of space for things. Plus, I'm sure you might want to see more of this the next time. And if we try and get rid of it all at once, then where's the excitement? Ooh, and a free pickaxe. We like that. And we're full. We're full. We are full. I think that's going to end the trip for today. We could always come back the next time. I didn't put a sign there because it's just a simple dead end. There's no need to do that. And it's nighttime. I don't even have a place to put things. And it's a horse. We have a lot of coal. Put a ton of it there. And some of these we can take. Leave the mine carts here for now. 5 iron ore, we can leave that just for now. Got plenty of that, so we can just leave that for now. We'll take these. Don't really have a place for those quite yet, but we'll take those as we can. Yeah, it's just going to be too much at this point. And we do have a saddle. But the thing is, it's not going to work very well. Yeah, right now I don't really have a place for any of this. So that's something that's got to be done. Oh, we got an Enderman. And we have an Enderman shelter that I put in. So I don't see anything here, so let's try and get an Ender Pearl. Hey, there's one. That can be used as one too. Look at how much more open this is now that we've got things to a point. Like I said, since mining can be an adventure, why get it all done in one shot? Alright, that's all the important stuff that we need, so the regular game. We'll leave that there in case of death or something like that. Let's see, what other things? Ender pearls, did I leave? I see a spot where I can put one. Yeah, let's put it there. Had a halfway decent bow, but I never took it, which is brilliant. Here's our horse saddle. We can probably go down there and... Well, we got leads, so we can get him out of that dangerous situation. Although, actually, that's too narrow. There's a hissy boomy that's stuck in our moat. now no longer stuck in our moat. Gunpowder. Now the stuff we need to make the gunpowder is in here. One away. So, the beauty of YouTube is you can look at the thumbnails to figure out where this video is going to continue. But right now there's something that I need to address, and it's not going to take very long to do. So, I'm just going to be away for like a couple of minutes, and then we will be back. So like I said, for those of you watching on YouTube, all you have to do is look at the thumbnails and see that I will be back. Alrighty. For a minute, I thought my stream froze, but I have the screen dark because for some reason the battery, even when plugged into the computer, will die while using Twitch. So I have it set real dark so it'll last. Alright. We have things under control. Now there's a place we need to put watermelons and stuff. We don't have that. So we gotta make that happen now. Got a ton of dirt, right? Yes, we do. But let's shut this door just in case. And get rid of that. And get rid of that. Got a ton of crap. Well, we have a stone base, so what we need to do is, if we can turn, is get rid of one of these. You can have a separate patch here for watermelons and the like. We can turn. So what we're going to do here is one will be hoed down. The other one will be dirt, because that's where the watermelons ultimately fall in. I will take the time to make it look a little better. A little later. Keeping an eye on that skeleton. Oh, here he comes. Here comes trouble. Dead guy. Useless bow. Oh, they did not go in the water. Not that it was going to hurt, but... Don't want to go in the water. Do is make one side watermelon and one side, and no. this point, we actually want to get a job done, so we're going to sleep the night off. Typically go for gunpowder at this point, but not gonna happen. Okay, move this way. Put a bunch there. Put a bunch here. Plenty of stuff we can play with there. Alright, let's... I need a bunch of oak to make a fence to go around this. Finally getting to a point where we can play a game and talk at the same time. That should be more than plenty. This needs here, and we can go with this. Ooh, creeper. I heard you coming. Two gunpowder. And that stupid thing. Okay, you can run. And we can move. That's a thing we can try. Take those, because I don't think we have a full set yet. There we go. And then we're going to step down one. Step down one from this height here. Although we're going to have the fence right along there. There we go. Now it has a natural looking step down. So now what we need to do is get some more regular oak wood here. And I put the dirt back where we got it from. Good enough. Here's our fortress with a moat, specifically designed so that nothing can actually get past it. And we got rid of all the dirt. There, that ought to help. There are a bunch of logs here that are just floating in midair. Because that looks incredibly realistic. I'm not going to waste my shovel on doing that. Like I said, there's a certain distance between the moat and the tree line that should exist. And off camera, try and make sure that it's equal all the way around. There's a ravine on this end, so it might just end at the ravine. I'm not gonna cut across it. And it's a ravine. Not a very deep one, but it's one nonetheless. Do is take some of that dirt and just level this out a little bit. Alright, didn't need to do that. Looks weird now that it's got a moat that's filled. I know it's got that weird little drop off, especially in the corners. What might not be very visible is might not be very visible is, as you might have seen, there's glass in the lower levels. But I also have put glass in some of the loft ones, but it's kind of hard to tell the difference. Although you can kind of see a hole there, and it looks flat there. Just indicative of that there's some glass panes in there. And sleep before he gets too close. That's the funny thing in, I don't know if it works in Java, I never tried, but in Bedrock, if he dies and you punch him as he's falling over, you'll get the credit. And now I can make a ton of tools if I want. Alright. Just start with that right now. Okay. Start with that right now. See if that's enough to do the job. Alright, let's see. That'd be 2 away, so I might as well just match it. 2 away. 2 away. Okay. Alright, good enough. We got that all enclosed. This is all appropriate depth. So like I said, we'll leave the mining for another time, as I'm sure you would like to see that. Do I need more of this? I'm not sure. But we need the hull. There she is. Now we only hoe one side. $21. That seems to be a lucky number. That will be something we are going to need. are going to need the random run. You know, while we're here, let's feed the cows while we're at it. There's plenty of them, so that should be enough. 31, 32. They're gravitating over to the corner for some unknown reason. I think we got all the experience. Alright, let's head over and... well, we're not in immediate danger. Let's just use up the beets. Like I said, we're not going to go adventuring right now. So what we're going to do is we're just going to go and grab the melon type seeds and get that started. Because I know that the farmers will be looking for that stuff when we get to a point. If that were only 2 blocks wide, but it's not. Pumpkin, beetroot, well, we could still use those because the ones we're looking at right now are pumpkin and melon. Beetroot we could always fill in. Yeah, we can move. Yeah, I'd say I flubbed the live stream way less. I flubbed once because I decided to draw an arrow with the pipe and the right-angled carrot, which is the new button for starting and stopping the live stream. Yeah, it's just no good button for that. Alright, so first things first is we're going to plop these in. Oh yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 and 2. Those will take 1,000,000 years to grow, then we'll get the pumpkins, and then we'll get everything. And what happens is, when the stalk is fully grown, the melon of the watermelon or the squash of the pumpkin will plop and fall over to the next available dirt or grass block, which is you hope that they plop immediately in front of them and not to the side, because then the other stalks will lose their ability to plop in. So that's not what we want. While we're here, let's put these 2 in. We'll let them fully grow before we pluck them out and that again. Okay, that's annoying the crap out of me. I mean, the wall of dirt is one thing. That's another. Okay, grab it. You can use those for other things. I gotta do the make the better use of the storage system. Alright, let's see if I can show you what I'm trying to mention. If I aim to the right and look at the loft windows, you can kind of see there's still holes. But if we go on this side and aim to the right, they don't look as, the holes don't look as deep because, of course, there's glass there. This angle, it almost doesn't look much different. And I chose black glass, and all the regular stuff's going to be replaced with it. Is that it just makes the building look a little more whole, rather than completely gutted and you can see the exterior, the outside world, which of course is very possible because I've gutted the crap out of it. It. Okay, one thing I'm gonna also do, and it's gonna be off camera because this stream is getting fairly long, is that you may have noticed in the stairwells. Like I said, we're strong enough so we can swim through this. The monsters can't, and there we go. Is we want to be prepared for raids, and assuming nothing spawns within the compound, which would be kind of tragic, is what I was going to do was have a trap door and ladders to go up and cover this in stone half slabs, but then again, you have wooden ladders, and that will be no good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this all wood, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to build a mini tower, which climb up a ladder and then climb out, and it's all covered, so lightning will not be an issue. We have one here, we got one for that stairwell, and two over there. For the sake of convenience, each of these stairwells will have one, so upon immediate need, we can fight the bad guy. Anyway, I'm just going to do that just in case. Let's see how things are looking from up here. Here's our moat. See, it's really cleared out quite a bit. And you can also see we're far enough away that entities are not being counted. Because when we're over here, the cows really don't do anything. They mature when we're over there or more towards that way. Get a view of the moat. It might be a little on the high end. And then over here, we got this end. Got a somewhat decent overlook, but it could be better. And what I was telling you about here is this big hill that we're terracing back and back and back and back and back. So you can see it was very long. But as we're going back, it's getting smaller and smaller. So terraforming this is going to get slightly easier as we go along. And wherever this ends, we're going to bring the tree lines of the main land to that point. So if it's like 96 blocks out, it'll be 96 blocks out that way. 96 blocks out that way on the mainland. Or maybe even past it. But at that point, that's going to be while we're building up a village county here. And again over here. This has been fairly well done. You got to do something about that edge there. Looks weird. It probably won't be able to figure that one out. Anyway, this has gone on long enough. So you've seen one project completed, filling the moat. And you saw that it works like a charm. We just got to be sure that where it's going to actually have an effect. We can pretty much clearly see when a raid is about to come in. Not sure how I might do it. If I am, I might have a system where a certain distance out there'll be a perimeter fence and a tripwire going around. I might just not bother. I don't know. Or it might just be somewhat close by. And when they trip it, yeah, we can't see a light from here. Might have 4 lights here. And like I said, I'm not sure. Put them in the ground, that way it'll be flush. Now we can kind of see which way it's going to go. That, I suck at this game, so that might be a bit much for someone of my skill. So, off camera, probably finish up these units here. And probably furnish them at some point when we get to a point. And then when we start to fill this place in with villagers, put in iron doors so that they can't get out. Oh, the fun. So that will be it for this live stream. We've went on more than an hour. No, 3.5 hours. And we actually got some stuff done and got some mining. So that'll be it. Georgia551 saying, hope you enjoyed and have a good one.